looking at me like, I cannot believe that I read every word of this guy.
Let me tell you how to run a hockey franchise, says the guy who buys 2 watches from a foreign company and spends $800 at Hudson Bay.
Yeah.
You and I spent a lot of time at Hudson Bay during the Vancouver Olympics.
Yes, we did.
We kept going in there.
Remember we had to go in there for the mittens, the Calgary,
yes.
the Vancouver.
Yeah, they were
like
the hot
every
thing.
one of our friends and family members, one of those stupid Canadian Winter Olympic mittens.
They were like the red ones.
And they were like lying out the door. I was like carrying Jim around town because his back was out.
My back was out, yep.
Yeah. So.
Another great story from Russo. Hi,
Mary.
Mary. How are you?
Hello.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, good. Am I too close?
No, you're fine.
Anyway, I don't really have a question, but, well, first of all, it's nice to be here again.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Live. It's really nice to see you guys.
And for Mary.
And the traffic coming from Chanhassen at this time of night, it's
Bad.
but it's worth it.
Well,
Thank you.
I doubt that it's worth it, but thank you for saying that.
Won't there eventually be a light rail that goes out that way?
Sure. Sure, let's go with that.
I don't do light rails, really, but anyway, I just had a funny story. Last night I was at the hockey lodge before the game making a purchase, and a lady behind me...
Let me guess, a Granlund hoodie.
No, the puppy calendars.
Oh, okay.
The dog calendars. Everyone should get the wild charity dog calendars there for charity. But anyway...
If they cost $45, Russo will buy them tomorrow.
They're $20 a piece.
Oh, that's too cheap for him.
I had my Granlund jersey on, which says "To Mary" from Granlund, and the lady behind me in line says...
Of course it does.
The lady behind me in line, I wished I could remember her name. Shout out to you, Cheryl, I don't know, but she says, "Are you the Mary with Russo all the time?" or that Russo speaks of all the time?
You're famous.
I mean, that was just so random.
Yeah,
but,
it's like Vicky.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Vicky.
Oh, we know her laugh. I love to hear her laugh on your show.
I love when she laughs at Russo. That's the best.
Yeah. So anyway, I can't think of smart questions, but happy to be here.
Nice to have you here.
I would say Granlund's back on superstar
He looked
status.
good. He looked good last night.
Yeah.
Are you
Point per
interested in either
game.
a hat or the Gopher tickets?
A hat.
All right. Let's grab you one. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, I'm not driving down to downtown again. Are you crazy?
We are on to the live question part of the show, which is always the best part of the show. I do want to quickly thank Whizkids.tech. Michael Fannert and his team help you with managed IT, unified communications, cloud services. Let them be your chief technology ally. And check out their billboard right by us here on Washington Avenue.
Hello, Minnesota sports fans. This is Michael Fannert, founder and CEO of WizKids. WizKids is a Minneapolis-based managed IT, hosted VoIP, and cloud services provider. Businesses today require fast response times, skilled support staff, clear communication, and technology recommendations that align with their business goals. At WizKids, we do this each and every day with our clients. When you call into our help desk for support or work with one of our higher-level engineers on a complex issue, you'll find our staff personable and ready to roll up their sleeves to help you solve your technology problems. Reach out to WizKids today to find out how we can help your business meet your technology goals. Visit us online at Whizkids.tech. That's Whizkids.tech. WizKids, make it happen.
Fire away. Make them nervous. Make them blush. That's the point of these questions.
Oh, I might have to come back and...
Okay, just ask a hockey question. That's fine, too.
Anyway, yeah, so with Fletcher now being in Philly, who do you think makes a move first? Fletcher or Fenton? Do you think they'll do something before the December 19th deadline? And
I think Philly makes the move first. I just don't... I think there's an urgency by Chuck Fletcher to make a move before the trade freeze on December 19th, but my guess is it happens at the beginning of the year, that he'll wait, he'll be patient. He's a patient guy. He's going to want to gauge exactly who's available around here. I think he's going to want to make a splash. I think goaltending is the biggest need right now for them. A lot of teams suddenly either need goalies or are trying to move goalies, but there aren't great goalies out there right now. Jonathan Quick's the biggest name, but he's it seems starting to break down injury-wise. I think the elastic style that he's played for many years has really stretched him to the point where, he's pretty brittled in his lower body. So I don't know if that makes the most sense for them, but I think they need a goalie. They're going nowhere until that. So I think what they're hoping for is that he could, pull lightning out of a bottle twice, make another Devin Dubnyk type trade, and do that. I still think that look, there are only a couple tradable pieces right now on the Wild, and the question is who's going to bite on them. Charlie Coyle is somebody that teams are definitely kicking tires about. I could tell you for a fact that Ottawa, Boston, and Montreal have at least started to, whether they've. Boston has definitely talked to Paul Fenton about Charlie Coyle. The other two teams are doing more due diligence on checking into Charlie Coyle's background. What's this guy like? How is he to coach? Things like that. And they're trying to figure out if it's even somebody that they're interested in jumping in. It doesn't look like Montreal scouts the Wild a ton. They have somebody that's at almost every game. I think right now, if you've watched Charlie Coyle pretty often, he's probably somebody that if you've watched him a ton, you're not going to move. Although he did put on a pretty good audition in front of them last night, that's for sure. So I still think that Paul's going to be as patient as he possibly can here. As Pierre LeBrun said, and as I've said really all along, the time to make big trades once you get in season is going to be the off season again. Usually the type of trades that would happen now are going to be stuff that's going to happen at the trade deadline. They're going to be rental type moves.
Makes sense. And then I just had one other question too with Brent Flahr leaving.
Yep.
For Philly. I
question.
Personally have a soft spot in my heart for Bruno. He's my favorite Wild player
Yeah.
who played with the team, and I know he's still with the organization right now. What do you kind of see his future like, and do you think it still could be a chance, or could be here?
Yeah, I don't know. My guess is after this season he moves on. Whether or not he goes and works for Joe Sakic in Colorado. Whether or not he goes and works for Chuck Fletcher. I don't think he'd want to move from here. But I don't see him fitting in here long term. I think that he's going to probably want out. It's just an awkward situation right now inside the team. I think that's understandable. You have a new GM that's come in. He doesn't know these people. He wants people that he could trust. The Brent Flahr thing and him, they were never going to work together. I'm happy for Brent. I'm glad he's gotten a chance to move on and that Chuck's gotten a job. You knew he was going to take Brent. Brent's a sharp guy. And it is a big loss for this organization, not having that role now here. And I'm just happy that he gets to move on. I think I've said on the show before that he and I have not spoken pretty much since June, pretty much at all, and really a little before that actually. But I will say that he and I exchanged some really nice texts today, and look, I've known him for 20-something years. He and I were friends before he got here. I think we'll be friends after, he's a good person, and I'm glad he's gotten this opportunity. So
good. I'm glad you guys made up. Did you want either the Gopher tickets or a hat? Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank Bert Carter right there. Bert providing that. Thanks for Bert.
Bert comes with gifts every week.
He does. He's awesome. And so does Vicky, usually. Yep. But Vicky's greatest gift to this show is the manifesto.
Yeah.
That is Philip Kellenberg's question of the week.
Yeah, it's quite a gift.
You're going to run out of battery reading that. It's on Vicky's phone, and thank God it's a big screen. Michael, you look excited. You look fired up.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to give equal time. I'm going to ask Slack's question first.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
He wants to know who has more watches, you or Fixology? Definitely
Fixology.
It's close. Yeah. It's close.
I don't really have a lot of watches. I usually buy them and return them. Did I tell you that?
It's good to have a hobby.
So Russo Slacks was DMing me pictures of things that he was like, did I tell you this on the last podcast? That he was like DMing me pictures of things I'm going to have to buy for my new house. Like things that I'd never even thought of. And one was a ladder. And, I was looking at it, and he eventually sent me a DM, like, let me guess, you've never been on a ladder. I'm like, well, you've guessed right. Like, I'm not buying a freaking ladder.
Never been on a ladder?
No.
How can you not have been on a ladder?
I'm sure I've been on a step stool.
That's the gateway stool.
Yeah. Why would I have gone on a ladder?
Well, how could you go through life and avoid being on a ladder?
I don't know.
Every job I ever had, I ended up on a ladder.
Don't you think that for the grief that I take from Russo Slacks, that when I move into the new house, that the housewarming gift that he gets to me is like a
ladder,
either a gigantic gift card to Maynard's, or Lowe's or whatever the store that Maynard's.
Yeah, you came close on your fourth guess.
Menards. Oh yeah, Maynard's is a restaurant. I'll take the gift cards at Maynard's too. But so Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, or he should just put together like a care package gift thing of me of like salt, maybe a water softener.
You know he's going to get you.
Shovel.
He's going to get you a wooden watch.
Yeah. He told me to buy
Yankee candles and a box of pickles.
He sent me a picture of a squeegee. How the hell would I have ever known that I would need a squeegee?
You get on the ladder. You use the squeegee. To clean stuff.
Yeah. No. Ain't happening.
Buying this house has just given us more material.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a ton. Somebody asked a really funny question a couple of weeks ago on Twitter, like, what's going to be the first Russo just gigantic mess up in this house? So.
Oh, we'll know the first day.
Yeah.
I want to let you know that we highly recommend eating Dulono's and ordering directly from Dulono's. If you happen to be looking for food elsewhere, we have a running deal with Bite Squad, bitesquad.com, or the Bite Squad app. Your first delivery fee is waived if you use the promo code TALKNORTH. But again, if you're ordering from Dulono's, order directly from Dulono's. Go to Dulono'sPizza.com. Also want to thank John Hedges, who's here once again, and Fixologyrepair.com. He's actually going to help me out with my tablet problem. I won't ask him to help me with any of my other problems, but he's going to help me with my tablet problem. Go to Fixologyrepair.com, third floor of the Mall of America, by Nordstrom's. I was by there the other day, and downtown in the Skyway, just south of the Wells Fargo Center. Fixologyrepair.com.
There are some things in life that you just can't live without. Now, whether it's a special piece of jewelry, a watch, or even your smartphone, you want it in working condition. At Fixology Repair, we are committed to restoring your pieces so that everything works or fits the way it ought to. Watch servicing, chain repair, and broken screen replacements are just a few of the services that we offer at our 2 locations, Mall of America and the Skyway in downtown Minneapolis. Please visit us at Fixologyrepair.com or at FixologyMN on Twitter to learn more. Mention this ad and get a 10% discount on our services.
All right, Vicki, fire away.
Okay, I got permission from Philip to paraphrase this.
Okay.
Because you can see it's sort of long.
Yeah.
Okay, but he wants to know, why does the hockey community place so much emphasis on face-off win percentage?
It's probably just because it's one stat in hockey that's easy to record. Probably
That was one thing he suggested.
Yeah, I mean it really is. You're right. I mean, and the other thing is that it all just goes to the center. Where like last night was a great example. Granlund last night. How many face-offs did Stahl win last night where Granlund was the guy digging the puck out of traffic? I mean, that's one where, Stahl gets credit that he had this monster night, but if you don't have and there's an example also where it's like, on the nights where you say that a center lost 15 of 20 face-offs, well, that's also emblematic usually of wingers not getting in there and digging pucks out. So you're right. It's just another stat.
By the way, I had that conversation with Doug Riseborough once. We're sitting there watching a practice, and I asked him about somebody's face-off percentage. He made me get up and go in the concourse with him and explain just what you just said. He said, well, what if the guy, ties up the guy, and the other, he was so adamant that it's up to the wingers to come in and win the puck.
Yeah. It's funny. As you said that, I used to have so many conversations with Riseborough in a concourse.
Yeah.
Where you ask him a question in there, and then he wants to go and demonstrate. I remember once in Pittsburgh him doing that, like, come with me, and he showed me something, not in an angry way, just it's like kind of like he almost wants to show you by demonstrating.
Is that before or after your sleepover with him?
That had to be after. It was a sleepover with him. It was the first month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you pick what...
I was telling Paul Fenton that story the other day.
Oh, my God.
I think Paul made it very clear that we ain't having any slumber parties.
Okay, that's all.
That's it?
That's really the...
That's the end?
He wanted...
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
He did point out that the only difference between the best and the worst in face-off is like an average of 5 face-offs a game, and that 3 of the 5 best made it to the playoffs, and 3 of the worst 5 made it to the playoffs. So
no, it's
it means nothing.
Yeah. No, good point.
Okay, that's all.
Yep.
Thanks for the coffee today.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vicki.
Next week.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We haven't set up the next show yet. These are the holidays and everything. We'll figure it out. I think it'll probably be the first week of January, but we'll definitely let you know as soon as we can. Yes, sir. Fire away.
David.
So, building off the article, about Coyle earlier. About how he's wanting some consistency at a position.
Yeah. If you read that story, it might open up a little can of worms tomorrow with Bruce.